Bubbly.
Hello, welcome everyone to our final episode of our Monster of the Week long shot, our epilogue of Our Lady of Sorrows. My name is Alishiera. I am the keeper that will be guiding what will undoubtedly be incredibly chaotic tonight. There are no rails to stay on tonight, so everyone is just free range in a paddock running in different directions, which I'm very, very much looking forward to. And now to pass it over to Burrows.
Are we technically on rails if the goal is to be off the rails? That's a thought.
Maybe it's just Schrodinger's rails.
Yeah. Simultaneously both on and off rails.
Yeah.
Or crashing and also not crashing? I don't know. We'll work it out, I guess. Depends on how the night goes. I've said that we should speedrun the apocalypse. Don't know if this is a good idea though. Hello, I'm Burrows. I play Harper. I've kind of forgotten what she's like, but give me like 2 seconds and I'll be back into it. Just gotta channel my inner mean girl, and I'm there. That's all good.
Be Mel.
I always fucking forget that I'm next. Hi, I am Maleficent. I am not very smart. But I play Luciana. Oh, witchy bitch. That's
Very
about
good.
it.
And Friendo.
Hello, I'm Friendo. I play Astra, they, them. Cosmic horror, question mark? I don't know. From space. It's fine. I don't do a lot on the internet. I just wait. That's it. I just wait in my cupboard for tabletop games. Alishiera.
Yes, I respect it. And yes, I'm Alishiera. I am the keeper for this evening. I was also the reason why we were postponed for 2 weeks because I had COVID. So we're back and better than ever. And definitely none of us have any kind of brain fog or any kind of tired.
Just gonna point out, Mel was also away for a week, so we've actually been gone for 3 weeks because of COVID.
Because of COVID, yes.
Blame the
turns
plague.
out endemic be damned, we're still getting it. So
I would also just like to point out that it wasn't me that gave Ali COVID.
no, but I did give other good close friends COVID though, unfortunately. Turns out highly contagious virus. Who could have known? But yes, we are here. We are going to jump into it. I will do a very brief summary because I'm sure we want to get into the chaos. If you're wanting to fully recap, I believe we will be having all the episodes going on YouTube at some point. Will we?
Yeah.
Yes. So I would recommend, there is really too much to cover because it was the final episode of the mystery last week, so many things were covered. I'm sure they will be brought up and referenced tonight, so again, I'm not going to go into intricate detail. I would recommend going and watching it though, because it was a lot of fun and there was a lot over all seven episodes, and then the epilogue. It's going to be a lot, I'm sure, as well. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm just putting that out there. So good watch to go back to. Anyway, last week the team reconvened together, having gotten through the comedy club, recentered themselves, recollected. They went back to pick up the car to find that all of the crystals had been yoinked from the back of the vehicle, which, not great, but they weren't going to let that get them down. Moving into prep for the final confrontation, they had destroyed all 3 anchors that had been set to start this apocalyptic event of summoning a very powerful celestial being and tethering it to the material worlds, as they had found out. Going through and discovering as well facts about themselves. Luciana had previously found a photo and thus had known before bumping into or seeing any of the souls of their past lives, was aware of what they looked like. So Luciana had the heads up and shared this information with the rest of the party, going and speaking to Cephas and Henry. Henry was adamant that they should not be told about their past lives, but Cephas is a boss bitch, and she just decided to override that because she just thought that it was pertinent information. And they did find out their names. And upon hearing the full names, got massive migraines, but fortunately both of them pushed through it. Astra had learnt that they didn't have a name, actually. Astra was their name. The previous iteration, incarnation, whatever it was, wasn't named. So they were unaffected. They were fine. They were living their best lives and they suffered no headaches. They prepped, headed to the woods, a series of challenges to get through, fighting off swarms of the thralls, which they had fought previously. Several members being pulled away and left behind as they were urged forward, much to the dismay of the party who did want to help. Except for Harper. Harper was pretty okay with just pushing forward. She'd been set the task of keep moving forward, and she was pretty okay to stick to that. But there was hesitation, mainly from Astra, but also Luciana. But they managed to push through. They confronted Grasp, who was one of the more minor big bad guys who they had previously encountered one of his clones. And Astra was able to discern which was the real Grasp, which did draw attention to themselves, but it meant that they were able to dispatch the actual Grasp instead of having to deal with all of the clones. That mild hesitation, though, did allow for the summoning ritual to be completed. And as they made their way to the dais in the middle of this clearing, which was their intended goal, a being ripped through the dimensions of space and was shackled and bound, which then meant the party had to fight it, which they managed to not win, in the sense of beating it, but they managed to free it and give it agency for it to take control of itself again. And they dispatched Sidorus, or at least that iteration of Sidorus, collecting their mask as their body kind of imploded on itself like a mini dying star. They don't know what happened. No one does. No one does. But they collected the mask and it was fine. And they realized through communication, Cephas, whose body was possessed, used as a conduit, used as a mouthpiece for this ancient celestial being in the sky, was able to inform them of the pact that was made to prevent this apocalypse happening with Clandestine and Azael, who were Harper and Luciana's original souls before they had reincarnated. Astra as well found out that they were a fragment of this ancient deity that had split off from them and was viewed very much in the same respect as a child, offspring, something to be nurtured by this deity. On hearing that Astra did not want to return to the celestial realms just yet, they expressed their sadness at the decision, but supported it, cleansing them of the accumulated, distorted energies that were causing an apocalypse, which is a little bit inconvenient should they wish to stay in this realm, and also passing a blessing on to Luciana and Harper for fulfilling their end of the bargain and completing the pact. A powerful blessing that they can call upon a celestial deity to grant a favor at a later date, should they wish to use it. As they're being left, Seth has passed the fuck out because she'd taken a lot of damage and then had her consciousness seized by a very ancient being. And as they turned to watch everyone approaching them, they realized no one had died. The tasks were completed quickly enough and the trials were completed quickly enough that no one lost their lives. Of the people we care about, a lot of people died, but that's not what we're focusing on. And now we roll forward to present time. It is the day after, the evening after, and Phantasmagoria has been closed for a private function, and everyone is there. Every NPC that has been encountered thus far is present. You have Shale and Desi, the bartenders. You have all of the members from Viridian. You even have Lily and their shadow demon that was accompanying them is there. Pretty much anyone and everyone who you have encountered that you have befriended or allied with is present, and everyone is celebrating and drinking, having vanquished this great big evil that was looming over Lesser. What would you like to do as you arrive at the bar for an evening of festivities?
I am going to take a sip, gesture to Luciana. Oh, who invited her? And point out Kiki in the room.
Actually, probably a really good point. She had nothing to do with any of it. Perhaps because people think that you're friends?
Why?
Because you're seen together all the time at the bar.
Is
Like
that your
friends would
bar for
be.
friendship? You need to be
It's
pickier with your
pretty
friends, I think.
consistent. I like it.
I know, he's being impressed.
You can ask her to leave.
No, I don't care enough to do that. I just thought I'd, ask.
As you are vaguely directing attention in her direction, Kiki will wave in a bubbly manner as she's engaged in conversation with an order member that you're not familiar with. There was someone that you saw in the clearing that was fighting, but you haven't been introduced to them. They're just off to the side having a conversation. Kiki is functioning as a person. She's not inebriated right now.
That's good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her.
How? So what's your criteria for friendship then? If she's not your friend, do you have any friends?
I have plenty of friends. I have to like them, and they have to like me. What do you want, dude? Sorry, he's being very loud.
Didn't hear him. Not that time.
Because if they like me, but I don't like them, then how are we friends? Two-way streets here. Let me phrase it another way. There are friends that you go shopping with, and there are friends that you invite over for sleepovers.
I have just decided that she has no friends. Because who could possibly like her? Really?
I mean, I guess she has to think that they like her, so.
But Kiki definitely likes her.
But she doesn't like Kiki, so.
Oh my god.
Schrodinger's friend. Anyway, you both work here. What's good? You can't tell me you don't have a go-to drink.
No, but I mean, I'm not working tonight and I'm not giving recommendations because that's a little too much like working.
Oh my god, I'm asking you a personal question. Not everything's about business, Luciana.
I don't think you'll like the things that I like.
Well, try me then.
I'm going to give her a recommendation for something that is just awful.
Yeah, you heading towards the bar?
Yeah.
So it's like a weird mixture. As you approach the bar, it's a weird mixture of there are drinks and things lined up as a semi self-serve of the bar because it's closed function and all the people that work there are kind of interacting. But there is Desi behind the bar that's kind of half-heartedly manning it for when people don't want any of the array of liquors or beers and things that are in ice buckets on the counter.
So I would know generally what Harper's order is
Yes.
because I've been a bartender. I've been there for a
Yeah.
while, so I am going to pick something that I think that she would hate based on her usual order.
Yeah. Yeah, you go and list off a cocktail for Desi to make, and he's like, yeah, for sure. Whips it up, lots of flair, lots of like spinning and throwing the shakers, and pours it out. What would Harper's typical drink be?
Oh, something really obnoxiously sweet.
So this is probably something like a really like fancy old fashioned or something like that. So like the flair with like the lighting, the orange peel and stuff like that. So very cool to watch it be made, but very like a very peaty, smoky spirit that's been used in it, and very strong and very intense.
Like a, what is it? Is it an amaretto? Is that the one? No, Negroni? Is that the one? It's really similar ideas.
Yes. Yeah.
I think amaretto is coffee. I think I'm getting that wrong. But anyway, not the point.
Old fashioned whiskey. So it'd be like yes, but like a very strong, very bitter, smoky, peaty, not the flavor profile at all that Harper would typically have.
Yeah,
But it is
absolutely.
very alcoholic.
Oh, that is positive. She will drink it like, I don't know if you ever do this whenever you have like really cheap wine or like really cheap alcohol and you like let it travel up your tongue for longer so that you taste it less. That's what she's
Yeah,
going
so
to be
that
doing.
you can't smell.
Yeah. It's a very weird way to explain it, but she's going to pucker her lips and just be like, do you ever have anything fun in your life?
This is fun.
Don't know about that one.
Question for Luciana. How is Luciana going with their bond with Victor? Their familiar raven. Are they still...
It would still be a little bit tentative, but she's trying really, really, really hard. Like, if she turns around and he's where she hasn't expected him to be, she'd probably jump a little bit, but she's not being mean. She's trying really hard.
Yeah. Then do you ever have anything fun in your life? Victor, who is on the bar standing next to Luciana, puffs up their chest. They have a little vest on that they're wearing, seeing as it is a party environment. And they do a little dance to etc. Yeah, Luciana has fun things. It's like, imagine a raven tap dancing. That's essentially what you're seeing.
He's gonna get a little scritch for that. We're trying to be nice, and that's fucking adorable.
He's a good boy.
A good boy.
I think I'm guessing earlier, Burrows, when Harper was talking, sort of expecting Astra to be nearby as well. Like, what are your drink recommendations? Astra was just not nearby. So I think after Harper has a sip of the drink, a blue dog, like a Pomeranian, that's sparkly and blue, it walks along the bar and just starts like drinking your drink. And it's Astra because they can be a dog now if they want.
Honestly, it did taste like dog food. You can have that. It's fine. Desi, I'll get another one. Something different, mind you.
Oh, not another odd. Yeah, sick. What do you want? Just usual.
The usual.
Yeah, he goes about and he will make the usual for you.
I do know that that's. I mean, I don't know if I would care that that's Astra or not. I would just be like, here's a dog. Have some alcohol or something.
I was gonna ask if it's really obvious that it's Astra, but it's also a sparkly blue Pomeranian.
Yeah, I feel like we would know partly, or we would think it's at least Astra's bag.
I would say both of you roll a sharp because you do interact with familiars and things that this group have all had magical familiars. So it's not necessarily the weirdest thing to see a blue dog.
Oh, my sharp is 0. That's rude. It's an 8.
I can do maths. 4, 4, 2 is 10.
So Luciana, immediately you're like, oh, yeah, sup Astra. No, straight away. Harper, you do have a double take of just like, oh, another magical thing, and then realize that after a moment that it is Astra that has shapeshifted.
I think she'll just also like reach for like some kind of, if there's like the equivalent of the umbrella, if there are like things for like to put on top of your drinks, we'll just like absentmindedly push it over towards Astra too.
Yeah, there are
There's
umbrellas
some.
and paper straws. There's something.
Yeah.
There's stuff around.
I think like they'll just kind of do like an excited little yip, back up a little bit, and then like like in like cartoons when like somebody does magic or something or somebody disappears, there's a big like obvious like cloud of smoke like with sparkles. I think there's a big cloud, like I don't know, like a lilac-y color, and then they're just sitting on the bar, but they have extra arms. I think they have like a party outfit. They have like a tutu skirt because I think those are cool. Um, what are you guys doing? Are you trying drinks? That one's like it's nice, but I don't know if my tongue is different as a dog. I better try it now. So they're just eating umbrellas, and I think the other arms are just doing their own thing. Like
There's like bar
Having a little
snacks and you're
dance
still
party.
reaching for umbrellas.
yeah, like one arm's reaching for umbrellas, one arm's like patting Victor. The other arm is like waving at somebody else. Like
Luciana's trying to figure out if she thinks that it's gross that was a dog face in the drink, and now it's a not quite human face in the drink, because like dog saliva is real gross. But if it's a dog that like isn't always a dog, that's still gross. So she's just sitting there with basically like the expression I was just pulling on her face of, I don't know how I'm supposed to react. Also, if Astra was on the bar as a dog, is Astra on the bar as Astra, or did they get off?
I think they're just sitting on the bar. They're just like sitting on the side of the bar. Wait, hang on, my camera's being weird. Hang on. Wait. No face. There we go. That's
Perfect, resynced.
that's fine. Um yeah, no, they're just like sitting off the side. I would say maybe their legs are dangling, but they are tall. So maybe they don't have that problem. I don't know how high the bar is.
It's standard bar height, so their legs probably, if they're sitting on the bar, wouldn't be reaching the ground, but they could slip off and be standing without much of a drop.
Yeah. I think I mean they probably know they're not supposed to be up there, but
But will they
just kind of
care?
true. True. Um just stand and whatever. What was I going to say? I've derailed myself. I've derailed from the unrailed on rails.
You are now on rails because you've gone off the rails.
Yeah, that's fine.
Beautiful. As you are all standing chatting at the bar, you hear somewhat of commotion coming from the back. Looking around, Cephas isn't in her usual spot that you would typically see her in Phantasmagoria, up on the side, sitting at one of the tables. But as you look and see kind of the commotion happening, you can see she is entering through the back entrance, and the commotion is a lot of the order members that you were familiar with, that are all raising drinks and talking to her as she is making her entrance. She is not in her usual just kind of shirt and slacks. She's in a tailored blazer, with no shirt underneath, that's held together with a belt. Much nicer tailored fitted pants versus what she would wear just for work, and heels. and on her shoulder is a small wyvern that looks like it is made up of stars.
All
And she'll
right.
look over in your direction and she'll nod to the three of you and then pick up conversation with Henry, who has spoke to her as soon as she's walked through the back.
That big sigh because you haven't gone to harass Henry yet.
I figured I'd give him a little bit of time to settle in.
How kind.
Yeah. Thank you. That was the intention.
Where's what's their face? Fruit emoji.
Cherry?
Mm.
Cherry. Ooh, Cherry actually probably would have still been just messaging. They probably haven't arrived quite yet. Actually, they're one of the few people that aren't present, but they would have been messaging Harper and saying they'll be there soon.
Soon.
Yes.
Yeah, here soon.
Oh my god, my face hurts so much.
You
Oh.
feeling like interrogating them tonight again? Or are we all done with that?
I'm not going to be interrogating anybody. Doesn't mean I trust them.
Should be more
It's nothing.
trusting. Plenty of trustworthy people out there.
No, there aren't. No, there are not. There are not very many trustworthy people anywhere. Even the people in here aren't particularly trustworthy because they all have their own agendas.
Everyone has their own agenda, Lucy.
And that's why nobody's trustworthy.
You really don't have any fun in your life, do you?
I'm gonna look at Victor.
Victor. Just doing a little dance on the bar again.
No, not that much. Really.
All right then.
Fun is what gets you dancing, Kirst. Dead.
Oh my god, that was once. It's not likely to happen again.
Not likely to happen to me at all.
Astra, please, help me here.
With what?
Luciana is being Queen's stick in the mud to anything fun in her life.
Where well, sometimes when we're working and then there's somebody who wants a drink and they can't have a drink because they've had too much and they're drunk. And I feel like Luciana has fun getting to kick them out, or telling me or someone else to make them leave, or setting things on fire.
Exactly.
Right, is there
Also,
anything that's not tied to you being a sadist?
I'm not a sadist. None of those things are sadistic.
I don't know about that. Anything else fun that she does? Like literally anything.
I have fun. I just don't have fun in the same way that you have fun.
I wasn't talking to you.
Fuck off.
Well, I don't know that I know any other answers, but I do have a question. So, if we're supposed to trust people, does that mean that you trust Henry even though you don't? I mean, I don't know if you like him, and then that's just like a thing that you guys do where you're kind of rude to each other. Although I feel like he must like you deep down. Maybe it's just like a friends thing. Friends that are rude to each other. I don't know. This is confusing for me. Do we? I trust Henry. He sent me an emoji one time. So it's a pretty high bar.
What do you think, Luciana?
I think everybody already heard my opinion. Trust whoever you want, but it's a bad idea.
So what do you do for fun, Desi? Surely it's not standing behind a bar waiting on all of us.
Oh, you see Desi's like pulled into the conversation. He was like, as a bartender does, kind of like half paying attention, but not fully. It's just kind of listening for being pulled into conversation like now. So fun. I do a heap of stuff, huh? I really like define fun because just being in the moment's kind of fun sometimes.
Yeah, define fun, Harper.
When you have fun doing fun things.
I
So-
like walking. It's pretty fun.
Walking.
Yeah, like in nature and stuff. Like climbing up rocks and shit. It's dope.
That is fun.
Just gonna remember the time we walked into a cave and nearly got songed to our deaths. Last time I went hiking wasn't an overly great experience. I think I'll skip on the nature walks. Is that it though? Just hiking? Or walking?
Like hitting up the beach as well. Sick. Drinking, making drinks. I also kind of like setting things on fire, but like more in a showy way than burning people way, like Luciana does sometimes.
Do you all think I'm a murderer in my free time?
No,
I don't
again.
really burn people.
I think you're more for torture.
I'm not a sadist.
I
You
would
did it
beg
once
to
though to
differ.
get a patron out, and that was pretty funny. But
And
that was their
wasn't
pants.
exactly for fun. It was fun, but it wasn't for fun.
Yeah, you were
Like
laughing like a lot though. Hey, I was too. So maybe I like seeing people be set on fire for fun. It was pretty cool. I don't know. Do you want another drink? You see, he's just like, wow, this is a lot of thinking.
Yes, please. Anything at this point.
Yeah, he'll whip up. He would just do a drink for everyone, knowing everyone's flavor profiles they like to partake in, and just slide 'em around and kind of like meanders down. He's just like, "Hey, job well done," and goes to like see someone else down the end of the bar.
Ali, I just want you to know my notes say Himbo King. That's
Thank you, thank you.
Oh my god.
Loves rock climbing and seeing Luciana set people on fire. What a great time.
Anyway, as fun as it is being at the bar, I might go talk to literally anyone else.
Oh, is it time to annoy Henry? I don't know where my brain went for a second.
No, it looks like he's busy doing something boring, probably. I'll go talk to someone else.
Well, before you go, do you think like what if there's like another magic murder crime that needs solving? Like do we get to be a team again? Do you think?
What, like tonight?
Not like now. I mean, I hope not, because that would be, I mean, really, I've missed out on a lot of crafts. So I don't really want more murders to eat into my craft time. But like maybe after I've caught up on my crochet, but like like maybe if the dance curse does come back, at least then will know what it is. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm being cursed. I know what it is. I know what to do about it. I just need to, follow the smoke that nobody but Astra can see, and it will lead to a man in a tree with a flute, and then crime solved."
So I think you could handle that then, right?
Yeah, but you don't want to come and complain the whole time. I think that would be fun.
Look, if you get hit with a dancing curse again, we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, I suppose we don't have to solve murder magic crimes because, I mean, I do have your number now, so I can just, I could just text you because we're friends.
Yes. Do that.
Okay, I will.
Also,
You've
I'm
given me
pretty sure my
permission.
number is different now that I have a new phone, but
No, it was the same
oh,
number.
it was the same number. Okay.
Mm.
How unfortunate.
Speaking of number, it is at this point that Harper, you get a message from Cherry saying that they are here. And would you like to meet them out the front?
Yes. There is no option for a no there.
What is, as Harper gets up to leave, is anyone else doing anything, approaching anyone, interacting with anyone? Or shall we go to Harper?
Oh, after Harper has left, Luciana will assure Astra that they are one of the only people that she thinks that they can trust, because I don't think they've ever had an ulterior motive, ever. And we can work together again if there's some kind of magical crime. Doesn't even have to be a murder crime.
Well, even if it's not, and you just need like high shelves reached that you can't reach yourself with magic for some reason, I can get books down. So or hold things and then like sort of wave all their arms around at once.
I'll keep that in mind. If magic fails me, I will borrow your arms. And the rest of you, just to be clear.
Hey,
I'll-
yes, I can't detach the arms, so yes, that's. Well, I mean, I can, but I can't. Like, I can decide to have less arms, but I can't like summon the arms and then just take them off.
Good to know.
Yeah. I think in their excitement, I think because they have 6 arms, so there's 3 sets, so they start clapping because they're excited. So, but that's.
Very wholesome. Yes, as we go back to Harper stepping out the front, you step out and look around and you can't see Cherry. Although they'd said they were out the front, you can't see them. As you look about for a moment, you hear just down from the entrance, the side alley going past Phantasmagoria. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Harper. Yeah, I'm just over here. And you can't see them, but you hear Cherry's voice coming out from the alley.
That's definitely not suspicious, and no way, shape, or reason that I should not trust that after just grilling Luciana that she should trust more people. I'll just yell out something along the lines of like, "I'm coming." Don't know why you couldn't just come to the door though, but I will be there in a sec.
As you are walking towards, before actually turning the corner, they'll say, "Hey, just yeah, just stop there for a sec. Yeah, I don't freak out, but um, I kind of look a bit different. Might
That's
be
totally
like,
fine. It's all good. It's
yeah,
not all about your
mm-hmm.
looks. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I look like really different. So, well, I guess I don't look different. This is how I've always looked, but I don't present like this all the time. I kind of use magic. Yeah. All right.
I don't look like this either.
Cool.
It takes me like an hour in the morning to like put everything on. So like I completely understand.
Yep. Cool. Sick. And you hear them kind of like you hear shuffling of just like hesitation. And then stepping out from the alleyway is Cherry, although they do not look like the Cherry that you know. They are standing probably at about 6 foot on the dot. And they have 4 long, slim arms. Hands are almost insectoid in nature. And their face, they have 8 eyes. The main ones in a regular spot that you would expect on a human or humanoid, with 3 eyes kind of dotted around them. Their hair is not the dark color that it usually is, but is a glossy white gossamery nature, and falls down to about halfway down their back. They have a thick row of fur coming out from under the neck that looks like it could be part of their garments. It could be coming out from under their hair. And on their back are velvety looking moth wings that fall around them kind of like a cloak.
Whoa, I had no idea that you dyed your hair.
Yeah. Yep. I definitely did that with
Oh
magic.
my god, and you never said. You know, if you ever need any
Mm.
help, I'm really good at like bathroom, like, like touch ups and stuff. So, like, if you ever need
Yeah,
any help.
cool. Yeah. My hair is naturally white, so I guess you could put any color in it that you wanted if you wanted to do that at some
That
point.
is very cool. I don't know why you would want to dye over it then. Or is it like a
Because
wig? The dark hair?
uh no, that is, and they'll with their 4 hands, you can see they kind of steeple all their fingers and then pull out. It's like a web of thread that shimmers and pulls around them. And Cherry, as you usually know them, is standing there. Kind of an illusion.
Hey, that's pretty fucking cool. Better than anything that like Lucy could pull, for sure. But
I mean, yeah, she's pretty capable, but I'll take the compliment. Uh, yeah, I just thought that maybe it would be nice to not have to hide how I, you know, looked around you, but I didn't want to freak you out because it's kind of a lot.
no, you're like hot or whatever. So like I'm fine with whatever you're comfortable with.
It's they just like fully like go red and blush at you saying that, and they will quickly revert back to their previous form, which is not blushing. As you can see, their skin on their face is very smooth and looks kind of like skin, but is more carapace in nature. So they are not blushing in that form. And they will hold up like 2 of their arms to offer to link arms. Like, do you want a drink or something?
Absolutely. I have to show off my hot partner.
If they could blush, they would definitely be blushing again in this form.
I also like the
They're just
fact
kind
that
of
they're
like
6 foot and I'm fucking
yeah,
5'2", so I'm like up to like their
yes.
knees or something.
Hey, it's all right. Just a really tall partner.
Yeah, love that for
Love
us.
the height difference photos.
Mm.
Yes, they will take your arm and they will lead you back inside. So inside where Luciana and Astra are drinking together at the bar, you hear the front door open and you look back and you see Harper with someone that you've never seen before that has a very distinctive appearance that's walking in with linked arms.
Waving with several arms. I don't know if you know that comic that's like, same hat, we will have a summer
Yeah.
wedding." Like, multiple arms!
Yeah, Cherry will wave with one of their free arms. Do you guide them towards the bar, Harper, or are you guys beelining for a different spot in the club?
I'm gonna say, look, we always need a drink, but I'm going to like conveniently do that thing where like you're just talking to someone and you're not really paying attention to anyone else in the room. So even though we're heading towards the bar, I'm not explicitly heading towards Astra and
Yes.
Luciana, but we'll
Yeah.
end up in the same place, basically.
General vicinity, yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's not enough to stop Astra.
I was hoping so.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Astra. Who are you? Hi. You also have many arms. So do I.
Yeah. Hey, Astra. No, we've met. It's Cherry. I know I look really different.
It's good though. You have more arms. Think of all the things you can carry.
Yes, it is convenient. Like when it's your round at the bar, you can carry a lot more drinks back.
That's cool. Um, were they as tall in their other sort of
No.
no.
So they were probably in their other form. They were like probably 5'8", maybe 5'7". So they weren't like super short, but they were like not this tall.
Okay. Because I think Astra's still taller. Hang on, I have to check. I have to check my heckin' notes. But I think Astra's probably just excited that wow, another tall oh yeah, Astra's 6'9". I forgot that they were that
I
tall.
thought they were 7 foot, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean roundabout. Yeah, they're probably just excited to have another tall person. Just like happy to have general little chit chat. Inane, pointless questions.
Yes. And that would have been loud enough for Luciana for you to have heard. Oh, it's Cherry. Yeah, I know it look really different as well.
I'm definitely gonna make my way over there, but not like immediately. Not gonna beeline over there. Just like when there's starting to be like a lull in Astra's 101 questions. She'll make her way over there, um, and just wait for an opportunity to ask her own fucking questions. Well, single question. She's only got one question. She did say she wasn't going to interrogate, so it's only one question.
She did say that to Harper, so just figured she would have lied.
No,
Yeah, I think Harper
you
would
don't
be
do
like
that much lying.
lies. Harper would be organizing a drink, so Cherry is free of Harper's constant barrage of questions while being talked to by Astra.
Is this the thing that I could tell you are hiding? Or do I have to worry that there are more things that you are hiding?
Oh, I mean, I I wasn't hiding it per se. I just didn't want it to come out like right then and that second. So yeah, I was kind of hiding. Yeah, pretty much this. I know a lot of shit though, so I mean, I'm not hiding it, but there's probably other things I was not wanting to tell you right in that moment either.
Are there any large things that you feel that I should know?
That you should know. No, I reckon we're good.
So you don't feel like telling me how you knew my last name before you met me? Don't think that doesn't count as that's not interesting.
I mean, you don't. I'm a divination specialist. Um, I knew who you were before I met you. Yeah.
Because of all this, or were there other reasons? Do I have to worry about more prophecies and pacts and
I mean, Sacred Witch only made one pact, so I think that's all you've got to worry about, and you fulfilled that. So unless you make a
Okay,
new pact, which I mean, I'm not involved in then.
cool. Okay. That's it. That's all I really wanted to know. As far as I'm concerned. As long as I don't find out you're hiding anything else massive, we're cool.
Is that like a threat or something, or you just like put it
No,
out on the
no, no,
table?
no. I'm not saying that like I trust you, but we're cool.
That's fine. Clandestine was the one. I get what you mean. She was the one. She had so many secrets. I guess makes sense. Namesake. So I get it. That's fine. Open book, kind of. Partially open book. Like first half of the book open. Got any questions?
No, I think we're good.
It's okay. Luciana doesn't trust anyone. And I'll hand over a
I-
drink.
Yeah, they take like kind of fair enough, I guess. But like, I mean, you should find some people to trust. It's good having people you can confide in and trust. Hey, you know what? That's your life. You do you.
I have Astra. I have Victor. Now.
I like to think
Yeah,
I'm very trustworthy.
You multiple times made your intention clear that if there is danger that you don't want to be involved in, you're just going to fucking leave. That's not trustworthy.
I was being
Harper,
honest. You know exactly how I'm going to act in that moment without
there's a
any
difference between
dissuasion.
honest and trustworthy.
I really don't think there is.
eh,
Okay.
Wait,
Isn't going
Cherry,
anywhere.
does this mean that, and then they're gonna like pull out, they have their bum bag and their dog purse because, you know, it's just an accessory at this point. Or dog bag. I keep calling it a purse. It's bigger than a purse.
Purse can be as big as you want it to be.
Much
yeah.
Um, they pull out some like papers and it's like information that like either like Henry or like I was gonna say Cerez. Nope.
Cephas?
Cephas, yes. Brain. What is
Wow,
happening
naming
tonight?
things after stars? Can't relate.
Oh, Astra. Lame. They're kind of like crumpled, and they have like little. It's the papers that Cephas, like with the information that we were given.
Mhm.
Astra's copy has little drawings and colored pencil all over them, and they're slightly crumpled and ruined from being in the bum bag. But they'll kind of flick to the back. Um, is this you, Sir Ursus? Name redacted. But that's not your name, I know. But familiar spider age redacted. Again, that's not a number, so I don't know what they were thinking with that. But they're just reading it out. But there's little pictures, little drawings of spiders.
Yeah, Ceresis is one of the names I go by. Yes, that is me.
That's cool. So you're on standby.
Yes. I mean, no, now, I guess. I'm active duty, but I'm kind of on standby now.
Well, I don't entirely know what it means, but I think it's cool. So,
Did you want
oh,
to meet the spider?
yes,
Um,
please.
and you see they kind of roll their shoulder down and extend one of the arms, and out of the thick fur collar around a large, it's about the size of a tarantula, but it is spindly legged. Like it looks like a tarantula sized like orb weaver. So it's got very, very long legs. Scale up an orb weaver to the size of a tarantula. So like very, very long legs. A pearlescent body and vibrant turquoise eyes. Yeah, this is Belladonna, and crawls all the way down to their hand, and is just this giant spider on the end of their arm.
And I'm waving with multiple arms.
Yeah, the spider like with a couple of legs, like lifts up and waves.
This is the best day of my life.
Everything waves to you.
Having extra arms, the utility, it's so good. Have all, just out of curiosity, have
Mhm.
all the familiars we've met had turquoise eyes, or is it only Victor and Belladonna?
These two have had turquoise eyes. They've all had shades of blue to green.
Okay.
But Victor and Belladonna have very distinctly turquoise eyes.
This
Huh.
is more a me question because Harper
Mhm.
would not put this connection together at all. But
Mhm.
that has to do with the color of magic, right? Because
One of them, yeah.
like Cephas had the when she did the tattoo thing that was like a different color or
Mhm.
whatever, like that's what that seems to relate to. Harper would not know
Yes,
that for anything.
it does.
But
It relates to kinds of
yeah,
magic that are wielded by the individuals. Yes, it is a manifestation in the eyes of their familiars to kind of indicate that.
very cool, very cool. I mean, what? Ah, pretty colors.
You can see Cherry kind of like having done the reveal of themselves, and then Belladonna's just like kind of awkward. Sick. Yeah.
How long have you had
How are you?
Belladonna though?
Oh, you can see like counting across like all of their hands. They're just like 612 years or so.
Right, right. Cool, 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 cool.
Yeah, she is cool.
Mm.
I want to ask a question, but I don't know if I'm allowed because Harper said we're not allowed to interrogate you.
Um, I mean, if you're not like grilling me for information, just asking a question's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
Lucy.
I asked like one question
Lies.
and a few follow-ups relating to the one question.
Um,
so if you've had Belladonna
Mhm.
for 612 years, does that mean that you are older than 612?
Yeah, it does.
But like how old though?
Uh, like 800-ish. Then I was in stasis for a while, so I was born before that. But just 800-ish is fine. Doesn't really matter after a certain point.
Was that weird when the world stopped being black and white and when it all turned to color? Because you must have gotten used to it for a long time. And now everything has color in it.
Yeah. The changes of technology was definitely interesting. Progression.
Well, that's really cool. I won't ask any more questions because I feel like Harper's going to stab me with her multi-tool if I do. So at least I think it's a multi-tool. I think it has a fluffy keychain on it.
oh, those big pom pom things right at
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah. Well, if you have any more questions, let me know. Happy to answer them.
Okay, I will.
If Astra is going to go off for more questions, I will sneak off to go speak with Henry anyway.
Yeah, well, you can definitely, I'm sure, Astral very easily be able to occupy Cherry in conversation for a while. And yes, you move off to speak to Henry. Henry is still engaged with Cephas as you approach. He turns and sees you walking towards him and sighs and disengages in conversation with Cephas. And kind of turns and waits, seeing you beelining towards him.
Just came over to make sure that, you're all okay and whatever. Seemed like you took quite a big hit, Wanted to make sure you were all right. Who saves the doctor,
Yeah. Very courteous of you to be checking in. Yes, I am better than ever, actually.
So what's that like? Using a face cream or...
No, I had a magically inflicted injury which was alleviated when we stopped the apocalypse from happening.
Yeah, but like you don't immediately recover from that. Surely you have like some kind of routine to get yourself out of it.
I mean, I literally said a magically inflicted injury. We have magic, so you can kind of just recover from that, actually.
Well, that barely seems like any fun. What happens when you start getting wrinkles?
Just don't, I guess.
Just don't. I don't think we had that
Yeah.
kind of control over aging. Or do you like drink the blood of children or something?
All right, Harper, ask your question. What do you want?
I just want to know what's your deal.
In general?
Yeah. You and me, we're having it out. Not really. I'm just here to talk.
All
We haven't
right.
gotten along since
Yeah.
day one. I just want to know why.
Well, and he just kind of gestures to all of you when you say that. I am a doctor, and I am also a Celestial Vanguard for this order. What exactly do you want to know from me, Harper?
I just want to know why you seem to be so against me.
Because I find your personality abrasive to be around.
Well, I can't change that.
No, so I can just not talk to you. I'm not asking you to
Well,
change.
that hardly seems very professional. We're meant to work together or whatever.
Actually, you are no longer under contract, so we don't have to do that. But irrespective, if you were working for us, I'm actually higher on the food chain in terms of
So, like,
who's in
if you're
charge.
on this theoretical food chain, you get an excuse
Mm.
to be a dick?
I have been nothing but helpful to you and your colleagues. So I'm not sure what you mean about that, but I don't need to be overtly nice to you to be efficient and to fulfill my role.
Well, maybe I want you to be nice to me. How about that?
And what is in it for me?
Being nice to me and keeping me happy. I think that's well worth the worry.
Uh-huh. Right. I will take that suggestion into consideration and get back to you within 5 to 7 business days if I'll be nice to you.
I just really don't appreciate your attitude.
Mm-hmm. That is a mutual feeling.
Mm. I thought about this when we
Mm-hmm.
first signed our contracts.
Yeah.
Thought about working with you, and I was like, you know what? This guy seems like an ass. So
Mm.
then I took that picture,
Mm-hmm.
and that picture showed me something.
Yeah. What did it show you, Harper?
That you have your own secret to hide.
Okay, I don't know what you're angling at, but I don't actually have a secret to hide.
I mean, I would like to think otherwise. The reason I bring it up isn't for anything nefarious or any strange reason. It's actually a gesture of good faith for you. Thank you, Lucas.
Right.
I'm going to show him the picture of us all signing the contract, which is on my phone, obviously.
Yep.
Which shows something about himself. I did want to use this against you, but I actually think that's kind of mean, even from my standards, so I'm just going to delete it.
So you want me to praise you for ignoring a mean-spirited thought that you had?
Yes.
Really good work today, Harper.
I agree,
on that one.
actually. I would just like a good job, you know? Proud of you, even.
I am, as a reward for your exceptional behavior, let you in on a secret that me being a vampire is not a secret just because I don't openly advertise it.
Well, as I've come to know things and grow as a person, I've started to realize that maybe these things aren't secrets. But I didn't go into it thinking that. So I'm just letting you know about my journey. Anyway, see, look, gone.
Great work, Harper.
Thanks.
Really good to see that you're capable of some kind of growth.
Thanks.
Anything else you wanted to ask me while I'm feeling charitable and will answer your questions, seeing as you helped stop the apocalypse?
No, not really. Heard you were pretty boring in the comedy house, though, but that's also from Luciana, and she doesn't trust anyone, so, like, who knows?
Yeah, sure. Forgive me for not being lighthearted when we're being accosted by nightmares. I will take that under advisement for next time we're being faced with horrors beyond our comprehension.
Well,
Maybe line it up with a laugh or two.
I was curious, though. What would you have seen in there?
I am not sure because it seemed to be drawing off of the deepest parts of our psyche and drawing out a true fear that we have of something. I'm not typically a very scared person, so
But, like, surely you have, like, something that you get really scared of, like the ocean or heights. Maybe the sun. Is the
no.
sun a thing for you?
I mean, the sun is overrated, but I'm not going to explode into flames if I step out into it.
You could be scared of it still. Skin cancer
No,
is a fairly big killer for a lot of people.
not for this person. If I had to hazard a guess, would assume it was something about my magical injury.
Yeah, that was pretty gnarly.
But it's gone now, so not sure what the fear would be.
How does that work though? Is that like tied to like the apocalypse?
Yes, essentially.
But why?
I would say because of the corrupted celestial energy that was used to infuse their weaponry once the prismatic deity came down and realigned all of the energetic imbalances, it no longer had something to tether to.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of words, and I don't understand it. But hey, it's gone now. You don't have to worry about it.
Mm.
Sick. I'm gonna go talk to literally anyone else. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for leaving.
She'll just walk off.
Let me see her. As you're walking away, Scarlet will come up and say, hey, Harper, you guys sticking around for long, having a drink and stuff? You should come and join our table. And she'll point up, and you can see Sigil and Rohan sitting up at a table. Rohan is looking very displeased in general, as usual. Sigil will wave in your direction, though.
Absolutely.
As you...
And I will make intense eye contact with Rohan as I head over.
Yeah, he scowls over his glass of scotch that he's drinking and poignantly looks away. Where are your friends? Did you come by yourself, or did everyone come?
Please, I never go anywhere by myself. They're all like over at the bar or whatever. Jerry's also here though. They look stunning today.
Ooh, development. Okay, that's good to know. I'll be right back then. I'll go and grab them. And Scarlet will kind of flit away, just out of sight as she goes around to the front bar. And you are at the booth with Sigil and Rohan.
I want to harass this man, but I did just be done harassing a man. So do we want to swap to someone else so that it's not
We'll
just
say-
me continually harassing people
Keep
for the
harassing
rest of the
people.
night?
Be a menace.
It is up to okay. All right. I guess I will harass another man. Lucas, stop it. So Sigil, how did you find everything?
Yeah.
You ended up all right coming out of
That
everything.
man.
Starts bullying everyone inside as it goes down. It's like a domino effect. Just every man that she encounters. Yeah, everything in terms of what exactly? Just like the event, the whole apocalypse.
Well, I mean, like you got split off
Figuring it
for a bit, right?
Yeah.
That was a whole problem.
Oh. Yeah, got the shit kicked out of me, but magic, am I right?
Yeah, and like it's lucky that like no one important died or anything, so like you know it's fine.
Yeah, sure.
So how long have you two known each other?
Me and Rohan?
Yeah.
Or would it be like 7 years or something? Nah, surely not that long. Yeah, like 6 or something years. There's a couple of years that I was a secondment on a different continent, but yeah, known each other a while.
It's a long time to spend around each other. Surprised you still speak.
I mean, yeah, that's just called being friends, though, right? You put up with each other's particular brand of bullshit.
I had no idea that you were friends. My condolences.
He's not that bad.
I'm just gonna look at him.
Unless you're referring to me, because then, yeah, you got me on that one.
Please, I didn't know that you had a single bad bone in your body.
I got a couple. Don't worry about that. But yeah. Anyway.
We'll not take that euphemism anywhere. So Rohan.
Yes.
How are you finding it? Being back here after all the apocalypse and whatever.
I was finding it tolerable until about a minute and a half ago.
I know that like he's your boss, but like Henry's not all that annoying. Just because he moved away a little bit. Like,
Yeah, definitely what I was referring to.
so I don't understand. What is the bee in your bonnet?
Have you? What do you mean?
What's your problem?
I don't think I'm the problem here.
I would like to use my empath ability
Yeah.
on him.
Yeah.
Let me just get the questions up. Hang on. I'm just gonna follow it up with like something like, I'm sensing a lot of anger coming from you.
Okay. Yes. Roll empathy.
Let me just get the new weird. I had the old weird. Gonna roll weird, which is actually roll charm. Oh, fucking sick, hey. Oh wait, oh no, I shouldn't cheat like that. That is kind of cheating. But
No, go on.
I was gonna
see
be
if
like,
I
I'll
would.
do a luck, but then I actually did the maths. So I got a 6 and a 3, but then plus 3 for charm already gets me to a 12. So there's not actually a point in me getting a luck point. Which I have advanced empath also.
Yes, an advanced empath. If you remind me, I did have it up.
On a 12 or more, you get an impression as you would for a 10 or more, and you may ask one follow-up question that the keeper will answer honestly.
Lovely. Okay. So the impression that you get when you're evaluating Rohan's emotional state, his everything that's been going on has been very intense and it's been a lot, and he is worn down from the constant of the whole apocalypse and building up to that. He's also got a lot of other shit going on in his life, and he's generally pissed off and conflicted and confused and angry about multiple different things, which was exacerbated when you walked up. So he definitely doesn't like you and finds it not
Surprise.
pleasant to have you. I know,
Wow.
shocking.
I had no idea.
But in general, he's kind of a bit of an emotional mess. And now that the intensity of the apocalypse is done, he is dealing with his own internalized other issues that are going on, and is just a very conflicted man.
We're all just dealing with some trauma. It's all good, dude.
Yeah. This isn't all trauma, but yes.
Wait,
and
what's
then your
that
follow-up
mean?
question.
That's my question.
He's really confused about just certain things going on in his life.
That's what I get for a 12 in an epilogue. Sorry, I chatted a bit too much. Harper there.
Look at less Harper in real life there.
I know that was a bit much.
I'm not going to elaborate on that one, but I will say that he seemed to be pissed off to having an additional person that wasn't from a core group come in.
All right, doesn't like fan. What do you call it? Doesn't like people he doesn't know. I am going to signal over for everyone else to come over then. I know that Scarlett's getting them, but that is exactly what I'm moving to do. I will wave enthusiastically towards Astra, who I know will see me.
Yeah, you can see like Scarlett is engaged in conversation kind of with everyone. She'd ushered anyone, unless anyone had something they wanted to say, like questions to ask before moving, she would have come up and said like, oh my god, you guys come and like sit at the bar with us, or sit at the booth with us. We've got a great spot and they're bringing drinks to our table and you don't need to get up. It's great. And she's gassing up Cherry. It's like, yes, you need to have like your hair down like this more often and just like be yourself, doing that kind of thing. And she's also gushing over all the multiple arms that Astra has. and general, probably the most quote unquote serious conversation would be with Luciana, talking about the nitty gritties of like what happened, because Luciana had been the one that was asking us the questions. Sort of been like, yeah, so really interesting, like the different ways that the rifts affect with celestial beings come through, because you like totally saw it open up, right? You saw like the ritual being completed.
Yeah, and honestly, I hate to admit this, but Harper's not here. I didn't really understand what was going on.
Yeah, it's really advanced. See, that's the thing, is I had scriptures from part of that. It is like a lost language. Super interesting. I can give you some tones on it later if you wanted to look into it at all.
Actually, yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah. And then back to like, oh my god, Astra, like, can you like pick me up? How strong are you with all those arms?
I mean, they totally will. I feel like when Scarlet walked over, they would have been like kind of like, I don't know how to like half cartwheeling with all these extra arms, and then like halfway through magically banthing themselves into a dog, but then like just like they're just constantly, it's constant. So yeah, like they'll they'll pick her up. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah. The extra arms were given to me by my space god parent person thing. I don't know what to call them.
Yeah, prismatic deity is what they're called, but I guess for you could call them kind of whatever if you were like an aspect of them.
Maybe I just like 2P, like, because it's like prismatic parent. So it's, well, I'll work on it. I'll think about it. Anyway, um, where am I carrying you? Also, like, do you want it like up or like? I have many arms. There are options.
Oh my god, can you just like hold me up on one of your shoulders while you're walking?
Yes.
You
Do
see,
it.
she's very pleased, and she gives a little clap. And then be like, yeah, Albert's over there. And from her vantage point, like points over and like waves as everyone makes their way over to the booth. Harper, you immediately, it's like a rain cloud in the corner from Rohan as soon as more people are being brought into the fold. He's not pleased about it and will just recline and pull out a cigarette and light it and actively ignore all of the new people coming over to the booth.
Is this like, so the booth, right? It's like one big chair, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Oh yeah, she's scooching over as close as she can get without potential fear of her life. And maybe like a smidge further, so that everyone else can obviously fit in.
Yes. You can see it's like a cat and mouse game of he was already sitting like pretty close to the edge of the booth, and as you sit down he shuffles away, and then you shuffle closer
Yeah.
and shuffle until he's almost pressed up against Sigil in the middle of the booth, and then kind of flinches and moves away from Sigil and then bumps into you, and he just looks really pissed off and is just like in the middle between the two of you, not sure which way he should move more.
Why did he flinch? I want to know.
Who could say?
Can I roll and find out?
You can roll a sharp.
Okay. I don't have very good sharp, so this is not going to go well. Oh, fucking, I really got to stop rolling on my books, because they always end up in the fucking middle, which is really not helpful. I've decided I would like to use luck point, because that's important right now for me to know this information.
What was that, sorry?
I'm using a luck point.
Oh, okay. I will message this to you.
Okay. You're muted, Belle.
Right, because I wasn't speaking. I said I'm jealous. Accidentally message it to me too.
I
want to know.
maybe, yeah, who could say? But as everyone comes and sits in the booth. That is where we're going to take our break for tonight because it is 9:15. So, question, chat, while we're away. If how many arms do you think is the perfect amount of arms? If you could have more than one pair of arms, do you think 2 is the perfect amount, or would it be better if we had more or less? Hey, what's the right amount? Like just one bigger hand. Who could say? But that is my question. How many sets of arms, or how many arms and accompanying hands is the perfect amount? So I want to know.
As many arms as possible. All right.
Yes.
We will be back.
See you on the other side.
Blam, blam.
Welcome back, everyone. I think our consensus was more arms than just 2. 4 to 6 seems to be the popular theory of how many arms to have. So good to know. If we ever get the ability to have extra arms, we'll know that now. But we come back into the bar and everyone is sitting themselves down at the booth. So we presently have Astra, Scarlet, Harper, Rohan, uh, Luciana, and Sigil all at the booth together. With Harper having forced Rohan into smack bang in the very middle um, of everyone. There's her, then Rohan, then Sigil, and everyone else just kind of makes their way in and sits wherever they want in the space.
I am going to make an incredibly, like, you know what I'm thinking face towards Cherry.
Very just kind
For
of
the
like,
information that I just gleaned at the end of the session.
yes,
At the end of the before we went on break.
yes. Yeah, they look and eyes will flicker over to people and then look back and yeah.
So, I mean, I know like most of our dating history, like we've been around for a while, you know, like me, Luciana, Astra, Cherry, obviously. Me twice. Huh, how fun. Sil, what about you? Seeing anyone?
Uh no. No, it's kind of been a bit of a crazy time to try and look at Dayton with the whole apocalypse. Maybe now, I don't know. That's not no world ending and all that.
Nothing crossed your mind? No one on your radar? Anything like that?
No, I guess not particularly.
No. Fair enough. What about you, Scarlett? And I'm going to like try and make a face at her. She's very cluey. She understands the
Yes.
things that are being put down. I'm going to ask her, but with an intention there.
So Scarlet looks and she gives an odd look back of just like, I'm seeing what you're putting down, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. Um, yeah, like I've had like quite a few partners, but not anyone at the moment. Not a big deal, but you know, yeah, maybe now that there's not the apocalypse happening, that is going to open some stuff up.
So, like, you haven't, and you haven't. And let's be real, I would even try and ask the man here, but like, he's never going to answer me. He's never been with anyone either in this time.
No, not super. Not that I've the right Rohan. I don't think you're seeing anyone. And he just goes, fuck off. And just drinks.
Well, then I think I have an excellent game for all of us. Because I think, except for like me and Cherry, but like, we're good. I'll just wink at her. I would like to propose a game. And I would like to pick up a bottle. I don't know if there's like a bottle on the table. I don't know. I'll usher someone to get a bottle. I don't
Yeah.
mind.
There are multiple bottles on the table.
I think we should do some sweet and innocent spin the bottle. As a little bit of a get to know you
Absolutely fucking
session.
not.
Yeah,
Yes.
Rohan just goes, no. Nope. I don't think we should do that.
I think
actually.
we should. And I'll just like, I don't know, wipe off the top, making sure it's not super grubby. Do you know what this is, Astra?
No, I really thought you were going to say Monopoly. So I
No.
guess just, but also I'm confused why. Do you know my dating? I mean, you said you knew my dating. I mean, I'm confused because like I'm just confused why we're taught because I was a dog and then we're over here and then I don't know how we got from there to talking about this. I'm just confused.
We're just here to have fun and play a game. That's all we're here for today.
Okay, I don't think I've ever played. Do you have to is it a competition for who can spin a bottle the longest? Because I might have an unfair advantage with many arms. So that doesn't seem very fair or in the spirit of a friendly competition.
Well, no, that's not how it's played at all, Astra. See, I figured you might need an explanation for it. You spin the bottle, and then you have to kiss the person that it lands on.
With consent.
Well, yes.
Okay. Why?
Because it's fun.
Please
Huh.
ask why again.
Yeah, no, I'd like I guess I've just never thought of that activity as just being only for fun. So this is new.
You kiss people for not fun.
Well, it's not that it's not fun. It's just I don't just kiss people because a bottle has told me I have to as part of a game.
Well, you can experience something new
With consent.
with consent.
Okay.
If you want to.
If I want to. Well, it's also, I mean, I know that I am a fish, but maybe like not everyone would want to kiss me, and that is okay, even though I am a fish. So it's there's just so many layers, Harper.
Everyone goes into it knowing that they could potentially be kissing anyone in the room. Everyone knows exactly who's here. No one's secretly changing into some kind of big group monster and it's going to be a horrible, terrible experience.
Okay, I will not do that. Not that I was planning to, but I won't.
You can try it with me if you want.
Don't tempt me, Boris.
Anyway, if you're going to be stinky, Mr. Stinky Butt, you can just sit here if you'd like. But the rest of us can join in if everyone's keen.
I would like you to roll a charm.
I will just roll to see whether or not I need a luck point. Oh my god. Okay. So I rolled 2 1s, which feels like it's the universe telling me no. However, I think it's fun. So I would like to use the luck point.
You may. So you go to turn back to the group to propose, yes, we should do this. Rohan is just already shaking their head. You see Sigil is kind of like kind of nonplussed. Scarlet is kind of saying, yeah, like, sure, that sounds like fun. I'm down. As you go to start talking, Scarlet will lean over to Sigil and Rohan and say, just like 1 spin each, maybe. It could be fun. And Rohan is still just like, no. So we were like, we're just like, oh, come on, what's one spin? They helped us stop the apocalypse. Come on, it's not that much. And you see death grip on their whiskey, and they just, one spin, sure. What's the fucking worst that could happen? And they just completely inhale their cigarette and just flick the butt into the next booth, which is fortunately empty.
I will at least also call out to Desi to get some shots just to,
Mhm.
because, be fun. But yes, very excited. I will also pull out my phone and text Luciana. So it'll go something along the lines of, hey, so I was speaking with Rohan earlier and he has a big crush on Syl. That's what this whole game's for. I don't want to drag him into it if he doesn't want to, but I also think, man deserves to live a little. Maybe, stop moving, dude.
I saw his little feet just go.
Yeah.
"Oh."
Now he's just staring at me. Dude, you're terrifying. But I think if we can make the bottle when Syl goes, if Syl lands on Rohan, I think that could be very fun. And I think you can make that happen.
If I do this for you, you won't make me play.
Hey, if you don't want to play, you don't have to play.
I don't think anybody here wants to play except for you.
Well, I'm very disappointed to hear that.
Fine, but if I get caught, I'm blaming it on you. You know that almost everybody here uses magic.
Alternatively, you could always make sure it lands on me, and I'll make sure that it's just a nice sweet peck. No kissing strangers or anything like that.
You want to kiss Rohan.
No, I mean when it's your turn.
I don't want to kiss you.
Shame.
And also, cheating on my own turn would be so much worse than cheating on somebody else's turn.
It's interesting where you draw your morals.
I'm a sadist, apparently.
But anyway, that's the plan. You can deny all responsibility if you like. I can secretly be a spellcaster for the night.
Oh no, they'll absolutely know it was me. I'm just going to blame you, and I will show them these texts if I must.
Fine.
If they catch us. Fine.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Not responding. This is the end of the conversation.
I think I'll just send a wink after a while.
Yeah.
All right, so if all three party members are joining in, are they?
I think if there's like a little bit of a lull while they're texting, very quickly, Astra will just, oh, Rohan, I have a present for you. And then they pull out like a little box of like colorful band-aids and just put it in front of him. Because your
What was
arms are, like they pull out like a little box of band-aids and they put it in front of
Oh.
Rohan. Because I think they can I mean, Astra's like denser than a cheesecake, but I think they can tell that like he's not thrilled. So they're like, oh, now's a good time to give them a present because that will make them happy and then we can all play the fun game. So, yeah, like colorful little box of band-aids, just because your arms bleed all the time. So just if you need, or I have others if you lose those.
Yeah, I have magic, So I don't need your plasters or whatever.
They are fun colors, though.
I'm sure you'll love them.
I'm just not going to take them back and just sort of just like looking at the others like, when do we start the game? They're just like, I've given a gift, you accept it, that's how it works. Like, no take backs. Everyone will accept my friendship.
As they should.
All right. So who is going to do the first spin?
I think Half has to go first. She
Alright.
proposed it, so.
So you can roll and see who the bottle lands on for Harper.
As long as it's not Rohan, that could be awkward.
Oh, I'm so
you get a-
considering using my magic to fuck that one up instead of the one I'm supposed to.
So.
Oh my god.
Did you roll a 1?
No, but it's second best. Second best. Harper looks with a shit-eating grin towards Luciana.
Charlotte will just clap and say, okay, so you guys need to kiss, right? That's how this works.
I'll just demonstrate for you. And Harper will like climb over the table in like a, relatively graceful way. I highly doubt she's super graceful.
No, I'm assuming that her heels are like very, very high, and so she can't like walk over it all. So
No.
she's basically just crawling like a toddler over the table, trying not to knock over.
Yeah,
drinks.
pretty much. But she'll go over.
Which is about as graceful as you can do it.
I mean, I feel I have multiple arms. I can just like lift up drinks. Like, just like, oh no, you're just okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold those for a sec.
Harry will also assist in like offering a hand for Harper to hold on to as she clambers over.
I think she'll just wink at Cherry in a like, hey, just this thing is happening. Just, appreciate you. But she'll wait in front of you. Just ready?
Luciana looks like, in anime when there's like a storm cloud over someone's head. She's basically looking like that, but she's not going to stop you. She'll just nod.
Okay.
But she's
Yeah, she'll lean in for a kiss. It'll go a little bit too long. But like not in like a bad way, more in like a hug that's been extended for a little bit too long. Like, yeah. But then
after that like extra second of too long, she's going to put like a hand on your like just like here and push away.
I think
like try and physically shove her so her entire body moves backwards along the table.
that will instead incur even more of a sus look as she like puts her hand over your hand that has gestured towards her throat, but she'll go back and sit in her seat. So you're next.
I was really hoping to get to the end of this without having kissed anyone. And then I was going to call the game early, honestly. Okay. I am going to use some magic to keep this bottle spinning. Because I did roll a 1, which is wrong.
All right. Roll an act under pressure for me to see if you can
no.
cast magic without anyone noticing.
Oh wait, I need to roll 2 dice for that. One is a 5, the other is a 2. And my act
7.
under pressure is a 1. Oh no, that doesn't. Wait, no, yeah, it's over 7. It's not over 9.
Yes.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah. So, Scarlet kind of looks at you as you use magic to extend the spinning and keep it going. But she will lean over, poignantly blocking the view of Sigil and Rohan to pick up a bottle of alcohol that is not spinning, and neither of them notice. What was your second roll? And you can eliminate one, but if you've won, you can re-roll.
Yeah, now Scarlet is my second one, actually.
That works.
Scarlet would definitely give like a very flirtatious look, having seen you use magic to keep the bottle spinning and it land on her.
That was not the intention, but shit.
Yeah. And she's like, okay, well, I guess that means we have to kiss, right? And she'll wink at Luciana.
Who still kind of has anime thunderclouds.
Yeah.
But knowing that she probably thinks that she did that on purpose, she's going to be very, very sweet, and she's going to like put her hands on her cheeks and she's going to kiss her nicely. But she doesn't look happy still. she can't quite fake that.
I'm gonna. Yeah. So Scarlet doesn't lean in too deeply into the kiss and will just like whisper. She's pulling it. She's like, "Don't worry, I get it. Yeah, that would have been a bad idea. He kind of sucks." And she'll sit down. But she still
that
looks
makes it
very
your turn.
self-important. Right, that would make it my turn. Let me give a spin. That was herself, so. Scarlet reaches in and spins the bottle quickly, and looks up and makes flirty eyes at Harper.
What kind of square is this? What, triangle? Triangle.
Triangle.
Oh my god, the girls are fighting. I mean, kissing. And she will, in a very seductive manner, lean over the table, but leave a little bit of distance so that Harper has to meet.
Now, the way that
Alright.
I am imagining this table is that like Sigil, and it's just
Rohan
it's a nickname. Are beside us, right?
Yes. Yeah, so it's a fairly closed booth, so it's not a full circle,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
because you need to get in and out, but it's a fairly circular booth. So Rohan is like literally opposite the exit, like he's blockaded in the middle, and then it is Sigil on one side, Harper on the other, then Astra on one, Scarlet is on the other side of Sigil, and then Luciana next to Scarlet. So it would be like leaning across. So you're essentially leaning across in front of Rohan and Sigil.
Oh yeah. Then Harper is going to grab the back of Scarlet's hair and start making out with her on the table.
Yeah, you can see Sigil's just laughing. Looks really not uncomfortable, but just like I
should not be here.
Yeah, I'm so pissed off, but it's kind of hot. And he just looks, again, not like uncomfortable, but he looks like he doesn't want to be there.
Is that any different to
But
normal?
he's not looking away. Yeah, he's not looking away, but and when Scarlet pulls away, to say, well, I guess we should just get like someone that hasn't spun the bottle to spin it.
How do we decide though?
I just think that Sigil should do it.
Yeah.
And she'll just like
I tend to agree.
nudge Sigil. Knowing that Sigil is a good sport.
Yes.
And she's like, ah, sure. Yeah, why not? Give it a roll. And he'll lean in and spin the bottle.
Harper is fucking glaring at Luciana right now.
Yeah, I am going to use magic. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my throat right now. but I'm going to use magic to try and make it stop at Rohan.
Beautiful. I'm not going to make you roll. It's a very simple spell.
good.
I'm not going to make you roll to do the spell, but roll act under pressure for no one to notice you doing it.
Right. I didn't pay attention to what dice those were before I picked them up. That's good. That's a 5 and a 4, but my act under pressure is only 1. But I keep thinking I need to
Full
get to
success.
9, not
Mm.
7.
No,
So
you have to get
that's
to
good.
yes, you have to get to 10 for a full success. So that's a 10 because you
Is
what did,
Yeah,
did
that
you
was
not
9
roll a
plus
9
1.
and then it's plus 1? Yeah.
oh. Okay.
So you
I'm
get
so bad
a
at
full
math.
success.
I thought I'd
s-
got a 9.
So you can see as you manipulate the magic of the bottle, Scarlet is still kind of casting flirty eyes at Harper. Not too seriously because they know they've got a good thing with Cherry. But Sigil is looking at the bottle as it's spinning, and Rohan is also just very uncomfortable looking, death grip still on his glass of whiskey as he's also watching the bottle. And no one notices the magic that you push the bottle. It goes to land on Harper again. But there's almost like when you have in a bottle a bit of liquid and the momentum in it just like lazily rocks around one more time and instead lands on Rohan. You can see Rohan this is the one thing he didn't want to happen that has happened with this, and it's not super audibly, but I would say Harper, you would hear him say fuck under his breath. So just kind of looks at us like, yeah, all right. And he'll turn to Rohan. And then you see Rohan's just like, hey, I don't, yeah.
I kissed Harper. Come on.
Please, I kissed you.
I don't think this could be worse.
Yeah. Couldn't be worse than kissing Harper. That's true, I guess. He's just like, I can't. What landed on you? What do you want me to do? He's like, "Fucking fine. All right, sure." And Sigil will lean in and kiss Rohan, and you see Rohan freezes up for a second, and then it's like he pushes forward slightly, and then he remembers where he is.
Yeah.
And he's just.
I think also like
Yep.
Harper has probably been to plenty of parties where like people are very clearly into each other but like don't want to admit it, and then something like this happens. She'll like pass out drinks as this is happening because like they're having their own moment there.
Yeah, and the moment passes, and you see Sigil is very lighthearted about it, slightly out of breath himself, but Rohan is just, yep, that was fine. I'm fine about it, kind of appearance. And knocks back his drink and immediately pulls out a cigarette and is trying to distract himself.
So you're next to.
I've already fucking kissed someone. I don't think I need to spin the bottle.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to, you don't want to, but like, it is the rules of the game.
Fine. And he'll put his cigarette in his mouth and lean out and spin the bottle. Is there any more interference happening, or are you just letting this one go where
No, I'm pretty
belongs?
sure I'm gonna get caught if I do it twice in a row.
I will
3
still
times
be
in a row,
staring at you,
actually.
just waiting for you to do it though.
Nah, I'm hoping it lands on Harper.
I'm pretty sure he would
I'm
just
not gonna
flat
make
out
it.
refuse. He would teleport
I'm not
himself
gonna
out of the
make it
building.
do it, but
She landed on Sigil again. And he just like looks, you can see just the look on his face as it slows, as it's rotating around and lands on Sigil. And so I was like, fuck, what are the odds of that, huh? And just like drinking, and Rohan just goes, nope, and he teleports. And which someone can try and stop if they want, if they see him going to do it, but he goes, both Astra and Luciana have seen him go to teleport and the hand motions that he does.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna try and stop him. How would I
Alright.
try and stop him?
I reckon your ability, you've got just like a straight roll, because you've got the dispel essentially, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say there's a salt shaker on the table. You can literally just grab a handful of salt and throw it at him and use that as the consumable. And
Okay. Be nice, dice. Oh, dice being real nice. That's a 6 and a 5
Whoa.
plus
it-
3.
yeah, it works flawlessly. And you can see he just kind of has like the adios losers kind of like look, and then you throw salt at him, which dissipates in the air, and he's just still sitting there. And he looks down and then back up and realizes he hasn't teleported. And you can see he's like looking, and there's a moment where he's like, do I just go under or over the table to get to the exit of the booth? And Sigil will pipe in. I would just say, alright, it was that bad. I see how it is that you're trying to fucking peace. And Rose like, yeah, alright. And he just reaches across, grabs the whiskey, pours a substantial amount, just knocks it back. It's like, and he'll just awkwardly just like grabs Sigil's collar and like pulls him in, and just fully like semi makes out with him and then pushes him away.
I'm very proud
and just
of him.
slumps back down and looks just really conflicted.
Wow, I think that's the most passionately I've ever seen you do anything. Except maybe that one time you teleported my phone out of the car. I was pretty angry.
You could passionately fuck off if you wanted to.
Ooh, words. Anyway, not your turn again. Astra.
Yes, it would be Astra. Hasn't had a spin.
Oh God.
Please
I
be
think-
Rohan.
This man. Do we stop him a
Oh,
third
no.
time?
Wait, let me check the numbers.
I love how insistent the dice have been that everybody has to kiss Rose.
I got a 6. So that's
Aw,
Luciana.
that's cute.
But I think knowing how uncomfortable she is, Astra will, could I have your hand, please?
Sure.
And they'll just
Thank
kiss her hand. And then give it back.
Thank you.
See, the rules don't say where you have to kiss, so... Although the rules also didn't say anything about the salt, so... I don't know if there's other rules. But that counts, right?
I'm gonna say yeah. I think we're done here. Are we done here?
Yeah, everyone's had a turn, so I reckon that's done, right?
Yeah, makes sense to me. Next time I'll make the rules about where to kiss. And that's making a
I don't
motion
think you should
to
be in charge of that.
Rohan beside me because he's directly at my elbow. So that wasn't so bad. Anyway, more shots.
Yeah, that's literally the only good thing that you've ever said.
I don't even want
No,
to
just-
give that a response. Just going to pour out or spread out the shots that we have available at the table. Redistribute the alcohol that is at the table.
Redistribute the wealth.
Yeah. I would also be like ushering Cherry to hopefully sit in now that everyone's like moving
Yes,
around.
Cherry opted not
Yeah.
to sit for spin the bottle and is now
Yeah.
sitting. Right. How are you guys feeling after like saving the world and stuff?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Mm.
Disturbingly fine.
Why is it disturbing that I'm fine?
No, I feel like it's disturbing that I'm fine. Not everything's about you, Harper.
Well, I thought you were talking about me.
I mean, I feel okay. I didn't disappear, so that was nice. Because I did for a bit, and then I didn't, and the didn't part was good. Um, oh, can you see? Did you see what I can do now? I mean, I have extra arms, but I can. Well, I'll just show you, and then they're gonna. I don't know. They're gonna turn into a crab. Uh, just like on the table, it's a sparkly blue crab. They're just grabbing things. Scuttle one way, scuttle another, and then
Grabs a
maybe
knife. Crab
I mean,
knife.
yes, yeah. Grab a knife and then maybe just like bamf, and then they turn into a turtle. Bamf again, small dog. Bamf again, big dog. Like they're just like, and then they'll return back to normal and sit down again.
Yeah, you can see Scarlet and Sigil are very enthusiastic in response every time you should. Rohan just still kind of processing his own shit. But it's just like looking, just like, yeah, it's fucking turning into shit, whatever. It's like not the only person that can do that. And it's just very sulky and not impressed. A little bit impressed, some of it, but like definitely not showing it or trying not to, as they're just being sulky and smoking in the back of the booth.
I think Harper will just be like, at least they weren't stopped by, like table salt. Gross.
Shut up. And they just keep smoking. They've got nothing better that they can come back with.
So yeah, I can do that. I can also I don't have to have 6 arms. I can have less if I want. So
Oh my God. Can you have more than 6 arms? Have you tried more than 6 arms?
I don't know. I could try.
I mean, if you like the number 6, then like totally go with that. But it'd just be like interesting to know how many arms you could have.
Okay.
I am going to leave the booth before this experiment. Like, if I don't, I'm pretty sure everyone is going to get slapped in the face.
They'll think really hard. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they've tried to have more than 6.
I am gonna say roll 2d6.
What should be double ones?
It's a 7 total.
So we'll round up to 8. So as you concentrate, another pair of arms does sprout.
This is going to be so handy for crafts.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I wonder how does it change your like anatomical structure and stuff when you do that, or is it like supported by magic, or do you know what the deal with it is? I mean, hey, no, we can talk about it later when we're
Take your
not drinking.
Um, I I don't know like anything. Well, I don't know what my deal is. Well, I kind
Mm.
of do, but I don't. So
It's fine. We can totally, if you want to like look into it a bit later, we could always like run a couple of experiments and look into it. But let's just drink tonight. That's kind of what tonight's all about anyway.
they'll shrug with all 8 of their arms. I mean, this feels like a good number. I feel like I'm going to run out of torso space, and then the arms will just get smaller if I have too many of them. And then if they're so small that I can't do it, I'm not going to think about this anymore. This is too many arms, too many
Would
thoughts.
you just get taller to make room for the arms?
I didn't even. I don't know if I can be taller.
But then I guess it would like depend on if your arms scale to your height and if that doesn't matter and your general mass increases, or if like the arms stay the same thickness and then just get like longer or something.
What if they could come out of different parts, like your legs?
Why would you want arms growing out of your leg?
Or like from your hips, more so. Same part where your legs connect to your hips. Could also have arms. Why is everyone looking at me like that's the craziest thing they've heard tonight?
Yeah, I'm just doing a lot of thinking, and then it's. Do you ever think so much that nothing happens in your head anymore? That's sort of what's happening.
I feel like maybe 5 people at this table looked at me right now.
Yeah. I mean, we can do experiments or whatever. I was going to ask Henry if I could join the club or Cephas. Well, because I mean, not that I would tell anyone about the club if I'm not in the club, but I know about the club. So,
Oh right, you talking about like joining the order?
well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, talk to either Cephas or Henry could probably as well induct you. You probably have essentially guest memberships at the bare minimum with what Alia did.
Guest memberships?
Well, I'm being informal. We don't really typically have contractors in general. You kind of you're in or you're out usually.
Cerasis is listed as a long-standing contractor. I feel like you're being invasive.
Yeah, look, Ceres is technically not part of the order, but they kind of are, but they're not, but they kind of stuck around for you actually, because Azael was.
Hmm. That made me following in my own footsteps?
I was literally going to say the same thing.
I don't.
Oh my god, you guys are totally besties now. You're like on the same wavelength.
I think for the first time Harper doesn't have words.
I like that she's having this crisis because I'm pretty sure last time we did have like a conversation about fate, and she was like, "Nah, bullshit."
Yeah, I mean that's probably a conversation to have with Cherry. Cherry knows all the lines of fate kind of thing, the expansive web of time that stretches beyond lifetimes.
Anyway, you said you wanted to speak to Henry.
Oh, yes, I will go and do that. And then they'll turn into a big dog and leave.
Not a small dog that'll make it easier to get out. A big dog.
No, it's a big dog.
Yeah.
It's like a golden retriever, but bigger and blue and sparkly.
Precious.
Yeah, as it very haphazardly fumble out of the booth and run across. Henry is back talking to Cephas over at the back of the bar. More than easy to make your way over. People will move out of the way of a big, lumbering golden retriever-like dog. No one seems particularly perturbed, but will definitely get out of the way as you barrel through. as you approach, Cephas and Henry turn and look. Neither of them say anything. They're just looking at you.
I think to start with, they just kind of start going like, "Wah, wah, wah," and they're like, oh, what? Like, wait, no one can understand me if I'm a dog. And then they, and then, sorry, I forgot that not everyone knows dog language. Hello, am I interrupting?
No, darling, you're not interrupting. How can we help you?
Well, I was going to ask if now that the magic murder crimes are done, if uh if I could be part of the club. Do I have to do an audition or a PowerPoint? I have helped Nana with those, so I know how to make them. Um, uh, yeah, please.
You can see a very rare sight. Cephas, that's the hint of a smile, lingers on her face. She said, Order members typically need to undergo a blood oath, which may be a little bit complicated in your case, but I'm sure we can find a workaround for that.
Now that you mention it, I don't know if I have blood.
Hmm.
Should we find out?
No, I think we can figure that out another time.
Okay. Um. Yay. Well, I could do that. I mean, I would try and be less annoying. I could make you tie-dye shirts. I'm very good at it. Or craft days for team building, if they are needed. Or lifting things. Yes.
I think that the work that you are doing now will be more than adequate, and we can give additional responsibilities later down the track if it would arise that that's needed from you.
I mean, that sounds good. I mean, I figure this way as well. I can just get like I don't have to make the crystals and then them be put in a car and stolen. I could just give like there could be like a cupboard for them or something. It cuts out the car theft step.
Yes, we can organize compensation that is appropriate for such a service to be provided and figure out a title for you. Henry will chime in and say, unfortunately, if you don't have blood, it might make having a familiar a little bit more difficult. That's typically tied to the blood pact, but you seem to be able to handle yourself, so I don't think that'll be so detrimental. And again, we can try and figure it out. I mean, it's we contract with celestial creatures. You are a celestial. Probably you will figure it out.
Well, when um the prismatic deity, Scarlet said, they're like my parent, or I'm like a bit of them. So yes, I think is the answer to that question. But I can also, I mean, I don't know if I need a familiar because I can just turn into a dog, and I'm familiar with myself. So I don't, I am one, but I'm not, but I am. But I also, I mean, it depends if I don't have blood. I don't know what I have.
Yep,
It's fine. We can figure it out. Yep.
we can figure it out. You see as well, while you have been talking, the small wyvern that is on Cephas's shoulder has been very hard staring at you the whole time.
Oh, Cephas, who is your friend? I haven't met them.
This is Regis. He's my familiar.
Hello, Regis. Oh, hang on. They're gonna look really hard at Regis, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna try and bamf myself into a big wyvern.
Yeah, alright. Roll 2d6 for me.
Okay. That is an 8.
8. Yes, so you are you stepping back? Are you making room? Or are you just doing it there on the spot?
Maybe take a step back.
Okay. So you take a step back as you muster the energy and you transform into roughly an 8-foot tall version of Regis. But 8-foot tall for the main body, and then probably alone, like a 10 to 12-foot tail, and then wings that adequately accommodate the size of a wyvern's body being 8 foot tall. There are a lot of tables that go flying as you do this. Fortunately, 2 people get knocked over, but not really injured. Everyone else manages to get out of the way and just kind of shield themselves from the breaking wood and glass of the tables going flying.
I think they look a little sheepish because they weren't trying to make themselves that big. They're just like, oh no. Just kind of.
Yeah, Henry and Cephas are just like, that's very impressive. And it's like neither of them really super react, at least in a negative way. They're just like, "Mhm. Yes, perhaps not inside, but a remarkable skill nonetheless."
I think they sort of start to try and talk again, and then they're like, oh wait, no, I can't do that, and then
You do actually find as you go to talk that you can as a wyvern.
oh
It is
shit.
just a lot more low rumbling. It's a hybridization between telepathy and speaking. But in the wyvern form you can do that.
Oh shit. Then sorry, I didn't mean to knock everything over. Dip. And then try and like half shuffle and like look behind them, and then like, oh, I can talk. Oh, hi, Regis.
As in that form you address them, you can see they were just kind of like again the like look up and down thing. Yes, well it does take practice to be able to adequately allow for the spaces around you.
And it's still just kind of like, oh, this is cool, but then, oh shit, right, I should, and then they'll band back to themselves then. Um, cool, good talk. I'm gonna go pick up the tables, and then I'll just yeah run off, and for the next little bit, Astra's probably just trying to clean up and help, and then just, no, oh god,
Yeah, a lot bystanders will be flipping up tables that aren't broken. Desi comes out with a broom to sweep up all the broken glasses and stuff, and Shale, cursing a lot, comes and starts dragging away the broken tables into the storeroom.
fine, it's totally fine. Maybe small talk, just chit chat with Desi about enthusiasm for walking and places and things. And
Mate, how good is walking, huh? I
it
just see
is,
2 feet, one step after another, and you're somewhere else.
I know, it's very good. And then, like, if you keep walking, I mean, maybe you get a little lost, but suddenly you places you've never been before.
And it's just like the more you walk, the easier it is to walk, and then the
Yes.
further you can walk next time.
Yes.
Man, what a trip.
It's it's fun to walk places. I don't know why I mean, Harper doesn't seem to like walking, but I think maybe she like is trying to get really good at walking by like giving herself like difficulty to like the high shoes, so it makes it like tougher. So it's
Yeah,
like a
like
form of like training.
like a handicap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like weights, but for making your feet like this.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to go climbing one time? I recommend like all those extra arms. You'd be like really fucking good at it.
Yes, I haven't tried to climb, but then I can also, if we need to carry extra things or you need help, not that you are very strong and capable, but if you like, I could help with all the extra arms.
That'd be fucking sick. They're just nodding and appreciating. They're like,
Yeah,
"Oh
just
yeah, brother." Just like, "Yeah, man." It's like, yes, someone said they're gonna go climbing with me. This is the best day ever.
I don't know if Astra counts as a himbo because they're not like a man, but I feel like
Hey,
him
they've got
like
himbo energy. That's
yeah,
good enough.
it's the same wavelength. I love it.
Back at the booth, what are people doing? You can leave the booth and go and interact with anyone else, or go off by yourselves. You're free.
I don't think Luciana would be in the booth anymore,
Mm.
but I don't know where she would have gone, honestly.
You could just go to the bar and like get a drink, just to get some quiet, alone time.
Yeah,
You
because
would have
she's not the
witnessed
most
all the
social.
you would have witnessed all of the shenanigans of Astra turning into a wyvern and knocking a heap of tables over.
Very proud of them.
Yeah.
Always.
I mean, as well as an employee, you can just go behind the bar and just help yourself to whatever you want, and then you can go to the staff room if you want for just a moment of just no one being able to talk to you. You can pretty much access anywhere in this venue.
Yeah, we're gonna run away. We're gonna mix ourselves a very strong drink and we're going to just yeet for a bit.
Very good. Harper, what are you doing?
Now that Cherry's back in and everyone's kind of left, I imagine that she would probably leave the booth with
Mhm.
Cherry,
Mhm.
run off into a corner and make out for a bit. Probably.
Very good. And as the night progresses, everyone gets drunker and drunker. Everyone that is drinking and can get drunk gets drunker and drunker. You have, over the course of the evening, multiple people that come up and speak with you, even if it's just in passing. You have all of the order members that you had seen that were in the clearing fighting when you first arrived, will all come and give their thanks and congratulations. And as the night is coming to a close, Cephas will come and gather the three of you together. Right. Well, all three of you have exceeded expectations in completing the work that we contracted you. We've spoken already with Astra, but for the both of you, if it is something that's of interest, we would like to extend an offer to join the order.
Well, I'm excited. Figure entering the same career path as your partner is usually pretty good.
Fighting
That's
down something about codependency issues. Um,
Rude.
I mean, sure, why not? I'm not entirely certain I could just go back to bartending after all of this.
Well, you're always welcome to on days that you're not feeling carrying out magical investigation. Very good, though. I'll expect to see all three of you, let's say 2 days from now. Give yourselves a break to recover properly from previous week's events.
Two days?
I can give you 1 day if you don't think you need both.
That's fine. I'll take 2 days. I guess I'll make that work.
Excellent. Well, this has been an interesting evening. I look forward to seeing what familiars both of you will produce. Well, I mean, you already have one, Luciana, but that's technically packed with your soul, not your blood, so we'll see if you get another.
Internal panic about, oh no, what if it's another bird? I like this bird, but what if I get another
if it's a
bird?
cat?
I
Another-
can't have two birds.
Another bigger bird. What if it was like a hummingbird, though? That would be cute. A real little whippy boy.
Yeah, but they're really fast, and I don't think you can keep an eye on it.
You never know. If you get shocked enough with Victor just being behind you, the hummingbird just constantly going everywhere. Well, you know how to contact me if you need to before. Oh, speaking of familiars. Oh, it's wet. It's obviously raining outside. Well, you know how to contact me if you need me. She'll kind of hold a gaze with each person and then nod and turn and walk away. And if no one has anything else they were wishing to do, then that is where we will wrap up.
Before we finish, I kind of want to know
Yes.
what you think Harper's familiar would be. I really want to know.
I can't explain it. I have no reason for it. I think it would be a pig.
Oh, like a little potbelly pig.
Yeah. Like, I think it's like
That's super
because
cute.
they're like typically associated with like greed. I think that's mainly why I'm thinking about it. But that's just what popped into my head. They are also pink, so that works too. But
Also, it can be very sassy.
yeah.
I've known some sassy pigs.
Oh, that's cute.
How did that was so clear in my mind. I was just like a pig.
You knew. Hey, if it works, it works.
Ah, weird. Anyway.
And with that, then, the night comes to a close with it extending a couple of hours. Obviously, that was when Cephas left, was when she approached everyone. But the party is still kicking on for another couple of hours. You see at one point, Sigil and Rohan go into the bathrooms together. And
Could have chosen anywhere else, but all right.
you don't know what they're doing.
Concerning.
I have meta knowledge that I'm just not going to share. And you see Lily and Visage make their way out. Scarlet is messaging someone, and you can see she will just say, "Oh my god, I gotta go. Okay, bye. I guess I'll see you guys in a couple of days, though. So exciting." And she'll also dip out. and you're free to make your respective ways to your own residences. Cherry will offer if half of you would like to go back to theirs.
Absolutely.
And Astra and Luciana, you find your own ways home safely. There is no pressing urgency or impending doom that you feel on your commute home. And that is where our session comes to an end. Thank you all so much for joining us on this little journey of Our Lady of Sorrows. I had a lot of fun. I hope everyone else did. This was very chaotic session as I had hoped, which was great. And yes, we will go and do our final outros for now, at least, for these characters, starting with Burrows.
Hi, hello. I'm Burrows. I play Harper. I was gonna be like, hey, it'll be fine. You don't need to deal with her anymore. She's no longer gonna be annoying. Except if she does come back. Anyway, she's not meant to be an extension of me, but I am slowly adopting more and more things about her in my playstyle, which I don't like. Because she's not nice. But that's all good. Anyway, I exist on the internet. That's the main thing to know. You can check out the links below if you're interested in that. Next up is Mel, because Mel usually forgets that she comes up next.
Mel does usually forget. I'm sorry to everybody that I joked about having an enemies to lovers with Harper. I know that we had the opportunity, but I just couldn't fucking do it.
Howard.
But
Howard.
look, if we get a second go at this, maybe we'll work on it. But I couldn't do it in that short amount of time. I am Maleficent. I am all over the internet doing all sorts of stuff. Sometimes not. But I had fun. I was really worried about picking up a new system because it takes me a really long time to learn anything. And I was still getting the numbers wrong, but I really enjoyed myself. And I wasn't sure that I would because I thought that I'd be panicking all the time about not knowing the rules. But it really is as simple as everybody was telling me it was.
I am Friendo. I'm so sorry for Astra in general. Mostly, well, no, I'm not. I loved playing them. The way that I've enjoyed talking as them because it's just like stream of consciousness stuff, and it makes sense to them. But I kept laughing after saying things like this makes no sense to anybody else. Like there's bits that are comprehensible. But yeah, this is my first time playing Monster of the Week, and yeah, thank you, Ali, for helping us learn things. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd love to revisit them. Maybe we just the maybe romantic question mark himbo sunset with climbing and walking and all the other himbo activities with deciduous.
The true setup of the night. The
Finally.
unintentional setup that we didn't intend.
Himbo bromance type deal.
Climbing bros to lovers.
Yeah. You could say.
The last thing I'll say is that I sort of have a headcanon that like probably like Astra at this point would like be like, Nana, I have to tell you who I really am, and then like Nana already knows, and she's got like a closet full of like weapons and stuff, like you know, like the spy movies where they have the secret like the kitchen cabinet and there's all the weapons. I feel like that's Nana. But
absolutely, I'm happy to confirm that is what I also had as canon in my head of Cephas knows Nana, and Nana's knowing everything that's happening.
He knows. Like Astra's freaking out. She might be in danger, and she's like, oh, she's got a crossbow. She's ready.
Yeah. Just sawn off shotgun.
Yeah. Interrupted my shows anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was so much fun. I don't do a lot on the internet. But I'll be here for whenever I'm summoned. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out with us and enjoying the chaos. Ali.
And again, I'm Alishiera. It was my absolute privilege to bring this campaign and teach my 3 players the system and be able to just have so much fun in telling this story. It is Monster of the Week is a wonderful system if you are looking at TTRPG and want something simple that you can have as combat heavy or roleplay heavy as you want. It is not reliant on combat. It's reliant on a mystery and so having to figure something out. So it is a great system to explore different stories and narratives without needing to have the combat for like level up kind of requirements and stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's very streamlined and you can just make house rules on things as well. It's very simple, but you can make it slightly more complicated or even simpler if you want to. And it's just a whole lot of fun. You can find me at Alishiera on anything that I have socials. You can also look up Arcane Gate Finery, which is my Etsy store, which I did a heap of product photo today. I did post the Pride Donuts, which Burrows told me I was very good for doing that, and then I didn't have good health, so I didn't post any
Hey,
of
look,
the
you
other
had
things.
COVID. This is the one time I'm like, you know what? I
This
think
is
I'll
the
give you
one
that.
time. Yeah, but I did take product photos today, so the owl collar pins are going up tomorrow. We'll have lots of fun stuff coming up. So yes, very good. And I believe Burrows would have a friend for us to go and share some love with in a raid.
We're gonna go say hello to Winter's Tales, who is doing some world building today. But I do just want to say a quick thank you very much to Ali for jumping into the keeper seat for the decently long, like little mini campaign. It's been really exciting playing a new system and doing all cool things. I know it's all stuff that everyone said, but it's very important to just know that we really appreciate your effort. Thank you to the other players as well for joining in and being good sports and just being good peeps. But otherwise, we're gonna go say hello to a new person. So make sure you send doots when you go over. And be lovely people that I know that you all are. So, yeah. But anyway, also hang out in the Discord too if you want to get updates for the things we do and the stuff that gets done. But yeah, I think that's about it.
If you wanted to know what the characters look like, you can go and see the character art in the Discord done by the wonderful Cat Roulette, who is in chat. And Cat Roulette does all of the art for the channel. So if you want to see, go into the Discord and you can see the very cool art.
Very, very much so. Alrighty. Appreciate your face. Thank you for being here. We will see you on a Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Soon.
Yes.